This is Level Up Success Podcast with Neth and Truth.
Hey, how you doing, friends and family? This is the Level Up
Success Podcast.
and welcome to another episode where we always bring knowledge and power to our listeners. So tell me now, how we gonna start this now?
How you guys doing today? Very excited today. We have a guest here, and we're gonna learn a little bit today. We're gonna learn, and actually we're gonna learn a lot today. And I'm very excited because it's something that touches with me, and hopefully with this interview, it inspires me and Truth to look into new ventures.
Yeah,
So,
definitely.
Yeah, so before we talk about what we're gonna talk about today, why don't you introduce yourself? Give us your name, your background, ethnicity.
My name is Yvonne. I am Puerto Rican, and I was born and raised in Manhattan,
So what part of Manhattan?
El Barrio,
Hey, Bayou. Yeah, we have a couple of guests from
Harlem.
Bayou. Yeah.
Spanish Harlem.
Yeah.
So, before we talk about all your ventures, what is it that you do professionally, if you don't mind sharing with the audience?
I work in the healthcare industry, so I work as in the authorization department. So I authorize services when the nurses go out and visit the patients at home. I'm the one that authorizes services that they are approved for.
Okay, cool. So, in other words, if y'all ladies need, home attendant, this is the hookup right here. So, so you already know. Remember the phrase.
You're trying to get in trouble.
No.
If you don't approve to it, I mean,
Yeah.
if you qualify.
Yeah, you gotta qualify. You gotta
Yeah.
qualify.
Oh my God, I can see my DMs now going crazy.
No, she the plug. Nah, I'm joking, guys. How is that for you? Like, do you like the job that you do?
I love it. I've been there for 9 years and I love it. I actually, before this job, I was working in another job doing the same thing.
Okay, all right. So it's something that you're comfortable with, and
Yes.
yeah, and it is a great contribution to our
Right.
society. I mean, so it is a great job. I didn't know that type of career existed. So it's a pretty good one. What else do you do? Like, what is it that inspires you? Because I know that you do CrossFit, right?
Yeah.
You're working on CrossFit, and you also do marathon.
Yes.
And I kind of want to say something before we get started with this. I kind of seen your transition, right? So we kind of like met about 2019.
Yes.
And like from 2019 to now, like I see a great transformation. So everything that you have been doing has been working, is what I can say. So so I commend you for that.
Thank you so much.
Right, because a lot of people, they inspire to do things, and like they have certain, like, let's call it excuses, or reasons why they cannot do it. So like we're gonna dive into ways to motivate, and inspire people to actually get into.
Yeah, and to find a way to stay consistent, because that's the key word. Like, some people don't. It's hard to stay consistent or find, like you said, find an excuse. Yeah. Like,
Yep.
oh no, that's the thing. But no man.
No, we good. So how did you start your journey? Like, let's go there. Like, how did all of this start for you?
Okay, so let's take it back to 2009.
Okay.
So I had my son, my second son, which he's now going to be 14.
Okay.
I've gained a lot of weight throughout that pregnancy. When I had my first son, I bounced back. I guess because I was super young.
Okay.
And now with my second child, I was in my 30s. So I gained a lot of weight, and I just didn't feel comfortable. So I started going to little gyms here and there, working out, and do it for 3 months and then stop and gain the weight back, and then again until 2018.
Okay.
I began to take it serious. I started dancing salsa, and then I joined CrossFit. And right after CrossFit, I joined the same year I started running. So I've been consistent for 5 years with running and CrossFit.
But how you found the CrossFit? What, during the year or?
It's pretty interesting. The way I found CrossFit was through Instagram.
Oh wow!
I started to follow a CrossFit gym, and every day I was like, I'm going to go there. Until I finally showed up and never left there.
Okay,
to this
okay.
day. Yeah.
You wanna give them a shout out? Like mention who it is. I think it would be a good mention.
Yeah, sure. It's the Bronx Box. They no longer they closed down
Okay, okay.
right before COVID.
All right.
But then that whole team that was part of that CrossFit, we went to another CrossFit and we still together. So
All right.
I'm currently at Grit City.
All right.
Love
awesome.
them. Love the gym. It's amazing.
How important do you think it is to like keep that unity? You know, because you say you guys transition from one place to another. Like, how important do you believe that transition helped everybody who got engaged to do it to continue?
It was a good transition only because when you coming from the CrossFit world, if you join another box, because that's what they call them, you don't feel comfortable because you don't know anyone. That's the same way how I felt when I first joined the CrossFit. Everyone was super like fit, and now I'm here learning the process. So with those people, because the gym that we at now was already open, so they had their own set of people. But now, because we followed, the same crew followed them, it was like home all over again. You know, the CrossFit felt super welcoming because you knew people there already.
I mean, do you think it's a common thing that every time you go to a different gym, people get uncomfortable because
Absolutely.
so it'll make it easier for you to work out when you got people that you already know and meet then.
Right, right.
Oh wow.
Like, for instance, on our CrossFit, I'm part of Bronx Mutters. I'm not sure if you guys heard of them. We work out on Sundays out of a CrossFit box, and a lot of people don't feel comfortable when you do invite them until they get there
Yeah.
because they've never joined CrossFit and they see everyone fit, you know, picking up this heavy weight, and you know, it's a lot.
So when you see people uncomfortable, do you feel more? Is it easier for you to help out, or can you do that, or?
Oh, definitely, yeah.
Oh, so it's not. Yeah, I was gonna ask you if it's comfortable for you to help somebody else, or if you see somebody's uncomfortable because, like you said, the first time you go to a gym, like most people feel comfortable because they don't feel like they know what they're doing, and that's a good reason. To be honest, like
Right.
when you first start, you won't really know what you're doing until you get into the rhythm and to the
Right.
stuff.
Right. So it does take people some time to get used to it. The way we do it is like when there's someone new, they actually work out with the coach that is assigned for that day. And after like one or two, they just like comfortable. It was like a family.
Oh,
Like a
that's great to
family.
hear.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, it's pretty awesome. How was it for you in the beginning? Like, do you remember your first day?
I do. I actually have a video of my first day, and I go
Okay.
back to it often and look at it. And I'm just like, what was I doing?
No, I mean I can
That's how
imagine.
we feel our first episode, right?
Yeah, no, it's exactly. Yeah, I mean, it is with everything. You know, like even like when I started my salsa journey, you know, I felt awkward at first, and you know, like I just kept telling myself, man, one day, you know, I'll be as good as you know those instructors out there, you know.
Right.
So I'm like, let me just keep going, and you know, like, and what you learn is that you always like learning.
Right.
You're never really like content, or there's always room to grow. Does it feel like that with CrossFit?
Absolutely. That's my motto. I'm always a student. I remain a student all the time.
Okay.
Yeah. But my first time in CrossFit, I was just like, I do not belong here. Because you see everyone lifting these, because CrossFit is mainly like powerlifting, and you know, you're not there yet. So you feel intimidated, you know?
No, it is intimidating, especially
Yeah.
when you see everybody doing lifting stuff. Then you can't wait. So
Right.
yeah, I will be intimidated.
If it was so like difficult for you, like what made you continue? Like what was it that kept you inspired to continue to go? And did it feel like you was inspired, or did you just feel like you was just doing a routine?
No, what kept me motivated is like, I'm a person that likes to challenge myself. So I was like, if they can do it, so can I.
Yeah.
And I just kept with it. And I was like, if I'm consistent, it's going to happen. And that's, I mean, 5 years up and I'm still there.
Wow. So you're 5 years in. Do you have days off?
I do.
And how does it feel for you when you have those days off?
Well, the days that I don't work out, heavy powerlifting, I'm running.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
yeah.
All right. So no, and I asked that because, you know, like there was a time I'm at it again now, so I am going to the gym. I've right now I'm at 25 pounds less from when I started, so kudos to me.
Oh,
Eh,
good.
yeah, thank you. So what happens is there's a point in time when when you work out, or for me, that when I miss a day, I feel like crap.
Yeah,
It's
that's
like
me.
it's like, yo, like there's something that does not feel normal, and then you miss it, and then now you need it. So it's important to get to that state, right?
Right.
And you get there. So for a lot of people that start and they feel like, oh, this is not for me, or I don't want to continue. Like if you continue, there comes a point where it becomes normality, and you need it.
Right.
Right. So why did you start with CrossFit? Like why CrossFit out of any other, like workout that you could do?
Because to be honest, like I will go to the gym, and just like now, I'm back at the gym, and I've actually met a team that works out in the gym, so I'm comfortable now.
Yeah.
But before, I would just go in the gym and just get super bored.
Yeah.
Super bored. I didn't have anyone, telling me what to do. So it was like I would go in and just do a couple of sets and just leave. With
Yeah.
CrossFit, it's actually a workout, and and it's timed. So you go there, you do what you got to do. There's coaches available to help you, and you just go. You did your workout. The gym, I find like a lot of people go there and it's to me it's super unmotivated if you're not with someone and you don't know what to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
No,
do you believe that one of the reasons that most people leave the gym is because they don't find somebody to help them, or is it?
I find I'm not gonna. I've been to the gym and I see people they're very strict with their workouts, but
Yeah.
then I do see a lot of people that they're just there just to be there. They're not doing what they're supposed to be doing, and it's because they're not motivated. There's a lot of people that if they're not motivated, you're gonna see them in the gym for like a month or so, and then
Yeah.
that's it.
Yeah, no, and it does happen a lot, I mean, I could say myself, like I go through that at times, where I feel like this motivated, like, oh man, there's more. Like what inspires me to continue is like seeing like the end result of it, or
Right.
having a reason. Like having a reason to continue that is inspiring. So like that's something that like I think we talked about that with Juana, right?
Yeah.
When she came in, shout out to Juana, by the way. We did share that like you have to find a reason or to make yourself disciplined. There has to be something that's motivating it.
Right.
And then it just becomes a routine. And once it becomes a routine, then like that's what gets you inspired to continue.
Yeah,
and then you see the results, and then
No, I think once you see the result, it'll be easier because I'm guilty of that. Like I've been to the gym, got still a month, and then quit.
Yeah.
So it's common with everybody. I believe more common than I think we really think.
Right. And I feel like if you have someone or a team to work out with, you kind of feel like they help you out. Like you stay motivated. They're there. They're your accountability.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, you
they-
want to let them down, right?
Exactly. Exactly. And that's how I feel now with the gym. I've gotten back in the gym, and I have a whole crew that works out with me. So it's like, okay, everybody's keeping each other accountable,
exactly. Okay.
So it works out.
All right.
So that's the key word. Gotta keep accountability for yourself.
So how did you start running? Like what inspired you to do? Because you do marathons, right?
Yes, I do.
Yeah. So like how did that transition go about?
So in CrossFit, while I was at CrossFit, I met a young man that actually was part of a running crew in the Bronx, Boogie Down Bronx Runners. Shout out to you guys. I love you
All right,
guys.
Shout out.
He would always. I had asked him if he what days do they run, and he told me, and I was like, okay, I kept like looking at their Instagram, and I'm like, yeah, one day I'll show up. Yeah, okay. I never ran track or whatever, so I finally showed up at the track and never left. So we run on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So Thursdays is track, and then Tuesdays we do every Tuesday we do a 5K.
Okay.
How much is 5K?
3 miles, 3.1.
Or 3.1 miles, just in case. Or one. They took you a while to reach the 3 mile because I remember when I was younger, I used to run. It took me a while just to get the stamina to catch up to.
Oh yeah, the first time I showed up at the track, they had like a whole workout, and I was like, absolutely not. I will die on this track. And then because they have coaches, they have pace groups too. I was able to do it and I loved it and never left. So I've been running with Boogie Down for 5 years.
How much of running is more of a mental exercise than a physical exercise?
Oh my God. For marathon training, it's tough.
Yeah.
It's really tough because you're training the entire summer.
Mm.
The entire summer you're
Okay.
training, you're doing your long runs. You have to go up to 20 miles in your training.
Yeah.
So it's a lot. It's a lot on the body.
Yeah, because what I hear a lot is that what's more important than actually running is actually the breathing techniques.
Yes.
Right, because you get more tired with the breathing than the actual leg work that you're doing while running.
Right.
So that's something that I had to learn when I started running, because I couldn't understand how I felt tired and I would stop, and it's like, bro, you just gotta control your breathing.
Yes.
So once you get those exercises in, then it's like it becomes more natural. Like your legs could support more than what you think.
Right.
When you're running. So yeah. So
and also like when you're part of a run crew, they do marathon training runs. So you also have that accountability too. I did the marathon in 2020 during COVID.
Okay.
That was my first marathon, and I did it with the training for Boogie Down. It was amazing. But the second one, I did it on my own, the training. And when I tell you, it was an eye-opener.
Oh, really?
I trained all alone for the marathon.
Oh, wow.
Every single one of my long runs it was alone. And if you don't have this, it's not.
Why did you decide to do it alone the second time?
Because I wanted to see where I was at with my running. Like if I really was into it, So I did
Okay.
it alone. And plus, when you're doing marathon training, a lot of people are not on your pace. So they can either slow you up, or they may make you go faster than you can. And the whole idea of the marathon training is that you don't want to burn yourself out.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to know your pace.
So you gotta know how fast or how slow to go during the marathon.
Right.
What works for you? Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
What works for you? What are you fueling with? Throughout your training, you have to know all that for the day of the actual marathon.
So for most marathon run, just to make it clear, how many miles is usually do you have like a minimum miles for the marathon? If that makes sense.
The training?
Yeah.
Yeah. So they do a training plan for you. And it's about, like I said, like every week you're doing a long run, which consists of almost up to 20 miles, but you have to build up to the 20 miles.
Oh, wow. 20 miles.
So, yeah.
That's a lot.
So every week, plus then you have to do strength training. You have to do track work. It's a lot that gets involved in marathon training.
And you have to do some type of stretch, like
Yeah, you got a foam roll, everything.
Yeah, because I imagine when you run 20 miles and you stop, does it make your muscles sore or?
Absolutely, yeah.
Because I used to get sore like running like 4 miles. I mean, not even running, jogging 4 miles or 3 miles. Yeah.
No, what I've seen, like, it's like when people run marathons, like they actually like end up having blisters in their feet, like they start bleeding and stuff. Yeah,
those things happen because they don't prep correctly. Like you cannot do a marathon and then like buy a pair of shoes today and tomorrow you're running a marathon.
Oh, yeah,
you have to have trained in those sneakers to know that that's going to work for you. The clothing.
Yeah.
That's what they always tell you for the day of the marathon. Do not wear anything new.
Okay.
Oh, wow. I did not know that.
That
know
plays
that
a big role. And do not eat anything that you didn't eat throughout your marathon training.
Okay.
So.
I mean, I could see how that makes sense.
That part, yeah.
So you can't eat no burgers, bro, if you got to run marathons.
Yeah.
Before that. Well, unless that was your routine.
Unless that was your routine, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So
like a lot of people, because they listen to the outside world, because what works for you may not work for me.
Yeah.
Like there's people the day of the marathon, they'll take salt tablets. If you never taken those throughout your marathon training, how is that going to work for you?
Yeah.
You know, so.
Yeah, you got to train everything, man. Your muscle, your mind.
Yep.
Your soul.
And don't try new things at the day of the marathon. That's the worst thing you could do. Right?
Exactly.
So no new sneakers to look fresh.
Yeah.
Or no meals.
It's a set for failure right there.
Exactly.
All right, cool. So how you have a husband, right? So you have a
Yes.
husband, you have 2 kids. How are you able to manage your time, right? Because you know, I know you have to, you know, deal with your kids,
Right.
then you know, with the husband, and then you have work. So like, how is it that you could motivate yourself to transition and well, manage your time, basically? Yeah.
This is the number one question I get.
Okay.
So, because I work from home, it allows me to work with on my time. So, I do 9 to 5. On my lunch break, which is an hour, I cook dinner.
Okay.
So, once they're home from work and school, 5 o'clock is my time. So, I either go run, I go to the gym, I do me, basically. That's what I do.
Okay.
Yeah. So, that's
Oh.
how I'm able to manage everything in my household.
Okay.
If I
Okay.
worked in the office, it'd probably be a little different. Maybe
Mm.
I won't be able to do as much things as I do now. So
Okay, so when you before starting, you know, this transition, like, or when you started CrossFit, you already was working from home.
yeah, I've always worked from home.
Okay, always.
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
So before
Yeah.
COVID, I would go to the office just once a week.
Okay.
So now I'm full time home.
Yeah. All right. And that's good because, you know, like a lot of people could be in your position and they still don't motivate themselves because they will have some type of reason to not start. Like what would be your message to those people that, you know, may have a reason to not want to go to the gym? Like what message would you give those people?
I always tell people, you have to take care of you first. Once you take care of you first, then everyone else will be okay. If you don't take care of you, how you expect to take care of everybody else?
Yeah.
You know, you have to find time. There is time.
Mm-hmm.
If you really want to work on you, you'll do it.
Exactly. Yeah.
You'll do it.
No Netflix, guys. Nah, I'm
Right.
joking.
Like I have many I'm so strict with my work from home. Like I don't turn on the TV.
Yeah.
You know, I don't do any of that. I have friends that like, how you do it? Like I would be taking naps. And I'm like, I'm so strict when it comes to my work schedule. Like even my lunch break. No, that's my time to cook dinner.
Yeah.
You know, like I'm so strict with that. You know.
I be I mean, a lot of people are gonna hate me for this, but yeah, like I mentioned the Netflix part. So, like a lot of times when people tell me that they, you know, like they tell me that they can't do certain things that they want to like achieve, and I, you know, I ask why, like, oh no, I don't have the time, this and that. I'm like, wasn't you talking to me about like how's that series You going? Oh yeah, so you know, like this is going this. Like, have you seen it? And I'm like, bro, you have a lot of time. Like, that series is like an hour.
Right.
So multiply that by like how many episodes that has now. Like I don't like it's a lot. They had like 4 seasons,
Right.
and each episode
It's
had
gotta
like
be,
10. I think it's 10 episodes, 4 seasons.
It's like 50 episodes, I'm guessing. No? 40
Yeah,
or
so
50
that's 50 hours. So if you have time to like watch,
And the
series,
problem is
yeah.
that they'll binge watch it.
Mhm.
That's the problem there.
yeah. So you know, like it's good to have like, you know, your time to do it. But when you say you don't have time for it, you know, like check what you're actually doing with the time that you could use to do something else.
Right.
You know what I mean? So you know, like so that's a good message, right?
Right.
You know.
And that's another thing that a lot of people like they're so used to making excuses, you know,
Mhm.
like that's what the problem
It
is.
becomes a norm.
Right, right. So, and I guess too, what helps me out too, I'm not a TV person.
Yeah.
I have to like I'll watch a movie here and there, but I'm not the type to just sit down. I mean, my TV's off all day
Yeah.
until my son comes home and my husband comes home. I've
Mhm.
never been a TV person, so I guess that also helps me.
I think it does help. I'm not really that much a TV person. I mean, most of the TV I watch is what my nephew watch or anybody else watch. But
I remember when I would sit down and watch like series and things, like, you know, like I would remember what it would do to me. Like I would, you know, it satisfied me at the moment, but then I'll get into the depressive state because like, yo, I could have just gone to the gym. I could have like done something with my time. Like, and when that hits my brain, I'm like, okay, you know what? So it's time to shut this off. And it's time to start, you know, like with my day. Or, you know, like now I look at different podcasts because, you know, now I'm working with podcasts. So, you know, I take my time with that because I know that it's productive and it's going to help me grow.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, you know, you just got to choose what it is that you like really talk to yourself what it is that you like and manage your time. You know, like you gotta make sacrifices.
Exactly.
Which is the biggest thing. You know, like it's hard for people to change and transition to what they're already comfortable with.
Right.
You know, so yeah. So basically, you know, giving y'all some knowledge right now.
And that's what I'm saying too, that even like if you don't, you have to find time. Like if people who work from home like me, I do my runs in the morning before
Yeah.
work. So there is time in the day to do what you need to do,
Yeah.
And if you don't want to run, you don't want to go to the gym, walk. I tell people that all the time. The track is there for you to walk it too.
Yeah.
They shouldn't be an excuse. 45-minute walk. There goes your
Exactly.
exercise. They
Yeah.
people just live by excuses, and that's what it is.
Yeah, yeah, and it's just I really believe it's just easy here. Like, if you really think about it, like everything is made for us to be comfortable.
Right.
But then when you're comfortable, you really become uncomfortable with that comfortability. It's crazy.
We should quote that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
use that more.
Yeah, it's gonna be one of the reels right there. All right, cool. So, what I mean, it begs the question in this manner, like, what does inspire you to stay motivated? Like, what inspires you?
I just want to be fit. I'm going to be 45 this year, and I want to stay fit.
Wow, you don't look 45 at all.
Everybody tells me that.
I would not have guessed that.
Thank you.
All right, that's good.
Yes, I just want to stay fit, And when you work out, you just feel like so good afterwards. So
Just feeling good is a motivation.
Yeah.
From the way you say it, like looking good, feeling good, it give you a reason to keep doing it.
right. And yeah, absolutely. There's days where I wake up and I'm just like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to go on this run. I don't want to go to the gym. I don't want to do this. But it gets done because I feel good when I do it. Like right now, I'm doing for the second time a 75 hard challenge.
Okay.
And it just has me on my tippy toes, But
Yeah.
it's a challenge for me. I feel amazing when I do it, So and it's tough.
Yeah, no, but there's no better gratification than when you actually doing something that is gonna give you that gratification, like just going forth. And that's what's challenging for the people in our society right now. It's just going for something that is gonna satisfy you at the end.
Right.
So yeah, no, it's
Exactly.
good.
She
It's
said
inspiring.
it's
actually.
tough, but
Yeah.
something that's worth doing. It's gonna be tough at the end of the day. That's what people need to understand. I think.
Yeah, people know.
They know.
It's just, it's just, getting your ass up and, actually
Right.
doing the work. So, and having people to keep you accountable. That's something that's been helping me.
That's big. Yes.
Because sometimes, like, I do fall off. I'm not going to lie. I fall off. But I have people telling me, bro, like, get on your shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you said you were going to do something. Come on, do it again. And then it, like, motivates me to continue and strive. So
No,
and
I
that's
think
why I
it's-
always say, like, you fail and you get up and do it again. Because there's gonna be times that life gets in the way, but just start all over again.
Yeah.
And I tell people, if you can't keep up with motivation, challenge yourself. There's so many challenges out there.
yeah.
Like the 75 hard that I'm doing, there's a 75 soft. Try that.
Yeah.
Do it. But people, I don't know.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, it's good to have people like you said that will keep it real with you, because some people, I don't know, there's people who get offended or get mad, like it's somebody keep it real with you. You gotta have people around you like, what happened? Why you haven't done it in a while? Why you stop exercising? Why you stop doing what you like? You gotta have people around that you. If you have the willpower to do it yourself or be consistent, it also helps to have somebody that push you.
Yeah, no, and talking about that, like, it just made me think about something. Like, we haven't posted in a while, guys. There's a reason we haven't. So the people that came at me like, oh, yo, what's going on? Why you stop? Like, I'm watching you. Like, yo, don't worry, we got something special going on. So, like, stay tuned, guys. So we do have something special.
Yes.
So, do you have? Well, actually, my next question is like, what else is there for you? Like, do you have any goals? Any things that you have in mind to do?
I have a lot of goals, but one of my goals is I want to do a podcast
All right.
on health, fitness, all the good stuff. I've been saying this for many years, but I just can't gather all the information so easy.
Yeah.
I want to write a book.
Okay.
That has been one of my long-term goals.
Yeah, one of our guests is she wrote a book, so maybe we could link you guys up.
Cool.
Could help you out with something. Yeah, so
Yeah,
definitely cook
a
that
great
up.
book. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Shout out to her. So, let me see. Do you have any mentors?
I have a couple, yes. So I have one that he's been my coach, CrossFit coach for many years, about 5 years. Usually me and him speak about fitness. He's always on my behind on
Yeah.
you stronger, you can do this and you can do that. So I always reach out to him, like if I need to speak to him about something going on.
How important do you believe it is to have mentors?
It is important. It's extremely important, and they keep you accountable.
Mm-hmm.
So
It's like I said, you gotta have somebody keeping you right, telling you how come you haven't done it.
and I have my husband also that's like, okay, did you run today? Did you do this? Did you do that?
Oh,
And
that's great.
I'm his accountability partner because he never used to run.
Mm,
So he's always played basketball. He's always been in the gym, but when it came to running, he's just like, no. And now he runs with me on Tuesdays.
that's actually
So
special when you can have your partner work on you, because that could be something else that could like or give you this motivation to not continue. If you have like a partner that's not there helping you, so
right.
that's also great.
Mm-hmm.
To have somebody close to you who's willing to help you out.
Right.
So shout out to him.
And I feel like it's important also, like, to if you have a spouse or a partner, if you guys are on the same page, it works out.
Yeah,
It works
yeah.
out. So,
Oh, wow, no, that's awesome. That's cool. So, my last question to you would be, how would you define success? I know it's a tough one.
success. The way I define it is like if you complete all your goals are completed.
So some goals and completed, guys. All right. So
Yeah.
that's great advice right there. All right. So anything else you wanna add?
Yes, like I usually say to all my guests, like before we end this, do you have any type of advice or guidance you would like to get to our audience?
Yeah. Stay healthy. Stay healthy.
That's very important,
And it's,
especially out here.
yeah, especially with hopefully with a new podcast. I know that's one you go. Maybe we could talk about it more on the next
Yeah.
episode.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
No,
it's not only
definitely.
stay healthy in terms of working out, it's eating too.
Yeah.
We didn't talk about that.
Yeah. No.
So-
Eating is very important, because especially here,
Yes.
the food that they put here. I mean, I don't know what's going on with the government out here, but like we gotta work on that, man. Because
What I
like
tell
all these
people
processed
is-
foods, yeah.
What I tell people is come en tu casa.
Mm-hmm.
Eat in your house.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's tough for a lot of people. They just because it's easier to buy something than to make your own stuff. I mean,
Right.
I'm not saying it's easier, but that's the mindset of most people right now.
And it's still crazy. I mean, I know inflation has gone up, but like things that you would think will cost more cost less. Like the junk food that you think will cost more, it costs less.
Absolutely.
Like water costs more than soda. And soda, you have to like, it takes water to make soda. So you like it's crazy, right? Like,
And I feel like because in the minorities,
Yeah.
we don't have like Whole Foods. There's no Whole Foods in the Bronx.
yeah,
So it's like they're setting us up for failure. So you have to be smart.
yeah,
You have to go out there and get, meal prep your own stuff and know what you're putting in your foods. And that's the major part. Forget about working out. You need to eat well first.
Yeah. And there's also like there are like franchises now that they do provide you with healthy food. So there is a way, if you decide that you don't want to cook from home,
Right.
that like there's a lot of health choices. I chose one. I just don't remember the name of it because my girlfriend chose it for me. So, but we're starting on meal prepping, and then like we learn from it, and then we start cooking it ourselves. So it's something that we're working on now. So, so we could do that as well. So, all right, guys. So this is Nathan Truth. Oh
Before
yeah,
I end this, okay, like I always say, like if you like what we're doing to our listener, make sure you follow us at YouTube, Instagram, and make sure you listen to our Spotify, Apple Podcasts, any music podcast or podcast app
So basically, you go and
I lost it
easy, yeah,
today.
easy way to find us is going to if you go to our Instagram page, you go to the Level Up Success link, and it'll basically tell you everywhere where we at. So
Yeah, website.
yeah,
That make more
and
sense.
guys, give us a like. It does help out. All right.
And a follow too.
Yeah, and
that
a
really
follow.
does help.
All right. So yeah, this is this is Nothing Truth, and this is the Level Up Success podcast. Peace out, guys.
Peace out.